Flying Edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved.
Em 2017, o Pentágono desclassificou UFO vídeos no qual pilotos da Marinha Americana captaram no radar dos seus jatos objetos que voavam a velocidades incríveis, nunca visto, desafiando as leis da física. No mesmo ano, muitos desses vídeos se encontravam em segredo confidencial pelo governo americano. Esses vídeos se tornaram público, provando mais uma vez de que não estamos sozinhos.
Against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is an LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing! It's rotating. No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Look at it fly.
Ex-oficial do Exército Americano, Luiz Elizondo, envolvido no projeto secreto americano U.A.P. de pesquisa de objetos voadores não identificados, vai a público em uma rede de notícias revelando que UFOs são reais e estão no nosso meio há muito tempo, e afirma que o Pentágono vem há muito tempo escondendo a verdade sobre o fenômeno UFO.
What you're telling me is that UFOs, unidentified flying objects, are real.
I'm not telling you that. The United States government is telling you that.
Um dos maiores cientistas e pesquisador do fenômeno UFO nos Estados Unidos, Robert Bigelow, confirma com todas as palavras: os alienígenas existem e estão entre nós.
I'm absolutely convinced. That's all there is to it.
Do you also believe that UFOs have come to Earth?
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. And I spent millions and millions. I probably spent more as an individual than anybody else in the United States has ever spent on this subject.
Risky for you to say, in public that you believe in UFOs and aliens?
I don't care.
You don't worry that some people will say, did you hear that guy? He sounds like he's crazy.
I don't care.
Why not?
It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality of what I know.
Do you imagine that in our space travels we will encounter other forms of intelligent life?
You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
It's just like right under people's noses. Oh my gosh. Wow.
A Administração de Aviação Federal dos Estados Unidos confirma em documento que, em 2009, Robert Bigelow executa pesquisas científicas sobre o fenômeno UFO, no qual essas pesquisas levaram 10 anos. Mas nenhum dos achados e conclusões dessas pesquisas foram liberados para o domínio público. Até hoje, Bigelow trabalha em segredo, esperando o momento certo no qual a humanidade saberá da verdade. No estado americano de Utah, nos Estados Unidos, em 2016, uma câmera amadora captura de repente um UFO viajando em uma velocidade incrível. No Peru, na capital Lima, um OVNI é avistado por muitos populares em 2015. Na capital do Chile, Santiago, em 2015, uma frota de UFOs pairando sobre o céu da capital à noite. 21 de fevereiro de 2020, Estação Espacial Internacional da NASA. Uma das câmeras localizadas na estação consegue captar claramente um UFO acompanhando a trajetória da estação espacial.
One is to be charged. The rest of charges usually time 2 hours, but this particular vendor is available charging. Do you remember Alex's number?
Brasil, no interior do estado da Bahia, à luz do dia, um UFO é recolhido pela polícia. Estados Unidos, um popular, ao perceber que uma escolta policial estava sendo feita naquele momento, com a câmera do telefone, capturou essas imagens. No estado do Kansas, em plena rodovia à luz do dia, essas fotos foram tiradas. motorista aproveita o momento para filmar o UFO guinchado ao caminhão na porta de entrada da base militar da Marinha. Outro UFO sendo transportado à luz do dia na rodovia. Em Israel, Jerusalém, várias testemunhas com suas câmeras conseguem captar o mesmo UFO em diferentes ângulos. O ex-presidente Barack Obama, após entrevista a um programa noturno na TV, deixou claro que UFOs existem e que o governo americano não sabe o que esses UFOs são exatamente.
Yeah, I have a question today. It goes to, let's make it for President Obama, since he's here. All this talk about dem aliens. With the you know, what are they, UAFs or whatever they call them, you know, all the footage and everyone talking about it. It's like, right. What is your, like, I know that doesn't necessarily mean aliens, it is just a UAF, but I was wondering if you have a theory about that.
Well, when it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air.
But you'll tell us off air? Great.
You know, no, look. The truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, you know, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceship? You know, they did a little bit of research, and the answer was no. But what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is. But I have nothing to report to you today.
Em 1987, o ex-presidente Ronald Reagan confirmou na ONU a presença de UFOs e alienígenas no planeta Terra.
We're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world. I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species from another planet outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together. Well, I don't suppose we can wait for some alien race to come down and threaten us, but I think that between us we can bring about that realization. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war? I think maybe I'd answer it this way. I keep, in my frustration sometimes, actually, if you count some of the things going on in smaller countries and all, there have been about 114 wars since World War II. But I've often wondered, what if all of us in the world discovered that we were threatened by a power from outer space, from another planet? Wouldn't we all of a sudden find that we didn't have any differences between us at all? We were all human beings, citizens of the world, and wouldn't we come together to fight that particular threat?
E o judaísmo, o que fala sobre alienígenas e UFOs?
For example, in the first 4 chapters of Yesodei Torah, the Rambam does describe even other planetary bodies, planets and stars, as actually having a form of intelligence. And perhaps that could be described as the angels that control those planets and the like. So it depends how you define aliens. If you define aliens as heavenly beings or angelic forms, then certainly there can be, because we do believe that there are many, many, many worlds. There are 4 basic universes, but within that there are hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands or more of all sorts of intermediate worlds, all of which are inhabited by spiritual forces of intellect. So the concept of some type of alien of that nature is very, very much the case. But whether you're talking about human-like matter, physical types of aliens that are subject to life and death, it would appear that we do not accept that as a premise, because we understand that God, Genesis tells us, Bereshit tells us, God made the universe, not just the world, in 6 days, and the culmination of that creation would be Adam. And in the account of the creation, there does not seem to be room for these other created things, unless they could be subsumed as angelic, which would not really be the same as the way we understand aliens. So I don't think we can rule it out, but I think the greater probability is that our tradition does not acknowledge them.
11 de abril de 2008, residente no estado do Texas captura com precisão esse avistamento.
And all of a sudden, turning towards, the horizon, towards the house and the pine tree, I noticed something that's something's out of the ordinary. like a speck of something dark. And I focused myself and I said, I kind of, I looked at it for a while and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. So what I did, I ran inside to my house. I had the camera, my video camera, sitting there by the TV. And I grabbed it real quick because I had used it on Easter Sunday with my family. And I let it sit right there for a while. So what I did, I brought the camera and the dog, Chuito here, he was here as well as the other dog. And when I noticed the object, I grabbed my camera immediately. And I started to videotape from that angle. But he was growling, he was like, and I said, and I just petted him, but I couldn't talk. I didn't know what to say. I was just speechless, like they say. So what came to my mind, videotape, keep the camera going.
Fevereiro de 2023, os Estados Unidos abatem 3 UFOs que sobrevoavam o espaço aéreo americano. O objeto abatido, no lago Huron, era de estrutura octagonal, viajando a uma altitude de 20.000 pés. Foi detectado no sábado, 4 de fevereiro, no estado de Montana. A ordem para abater o objeto foi dada pelo presidente Joe Biden. O presidente pediu cautela aos líderes militares à frente deste caso. Os outros 2 UFOs foram abatidos no estado do Alasca e no Canadá. Até o momento, não foi encontrado os destroços dos UFOs.
Good afternoon. Last week, in the immediate aftermath of the incursion by China's high-altitude balloon, our military, through the North American Aerospace Defense Command, so-called NORAD, closely scrutinized our airspace, including enhancing our radar to pick up more slow-moving objects above our country, around the world. In doing so, they tracked 3 unidentified objects, one in Alaska, Canada, and over Lake Huron in the Midwest. They acted in accordance with established parameters for determining how to deal with unidentified aerial objects in U.S. airspace. At their recommendation, I gave the order to take down these 3 objects due to hazards to civilian commercial air traffic and because we could not rule out the surveillance risk of sensitive facilities. We acted in consultation with the Canadian government. I spoke personally with Prime Minister Trudeau from Canada on Saturday. And just as critically, we acted out of an abundance of caution and an opportunity that allowed us to take down these objects safely. The intelligence community is still assessing all 3 incidences. They're reporting to me daily and will continue their urgent efforts to do so, and I will communicate that to the Congress. We don't yet know exactly what these 3 objects were, but nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country. I want to be clear. We don't have any evidence that there has been a sudden increase in the number of objects in the sky. We're now just seeing more of them, partially because the steps we've taken to increase our radars, to narrow our radars. But make no mistake, if any object presents a threat to the safety and security of the American people, I will take it down.
Maio 2009, em uma cidade litorânea na Turquia, um popular consegue filmar esse avistamento espetacular. A filmagem mostra com detalhes a espaçonave ou disco voador, considerado um dos avistamentos mais intrigantes do século XXI. Os avistamentos que você assistiu neste programa não são meramente cenários ou efeitos especiais de computador. São a realidade do que está acontecendo no mundo de hoje. Uma realidade que está sendo negada pelos governos do mundo. Com medo de quê? Não sei. Mas essa é a verdadeira realidade do que está acontecendo no fenômeno UFO. Eles estão entre nós, eles vivem entre nós, com qual razão não sei, mas o que eu quero deixar aqui bem claro neste programa é que a existência é clara. Com a tecnologia que temos hoje de poder captar imagens através de um telefone celular, nada disso existia há 30, 40 anos atrás. Com certeza, muito tempo atrás, eu duvidaria do que pode se capturar hoje usando um telefone. Este programa aqui tenta apenas lutar pela busca da verdade, trazer a verdade, trazer a compreensão por que esses seres, por que esses discos, ou qual seja o nome que é dado, estão aqui neste planeta. O que eles querem com a humanidade. Você assistiu? Não estamos sozinhos.